this is Amanda May again. In this video, I plan on explaining my biggest fears, specifically about sharing my story with my friends and family. Because I have a controversial assignment from God, including waiting for a man to get out of his wrong relationship and come be with me, and not having a paying job for the past 10 years, I have a lot of fear about what other people are going to think. Think about me, my assignment, how I heard from God, all of it. And why? Because I haven't had good reception in the past. I recently prayed about it, so I will share what God revealed to me. At first, I just thought I was afraid of what people would think about my story. So I thought, or reasoned, maybe I should need to reach out to those people, the ones who took it badly, and tell them privately first before I openly share my story on Facebook. But it was all very hazily to me, so I prayed about it this last week on Tuesday, and I simply asked God, what is it that I'm really afraid of? And this is what God said. Quote, "What you're really afraid of is actually living your destiny. You're afraid if you tell everybody that you'll actually have to live out this fantasy, and there is a possibility that it won't come true because you're not with him yet. And that's why you don't want to tell anybody, because you don't want to be wrong. You're really saying, what if I tell everybody God wants me to be with this guy, and then God never puts me with him? That's your real fear. And in addition to that, you're afraid you will have to be with him, and you won't be able to get out of it, and you secretly want to, even though you don't want to admit it." To which I replied, with big deer in the headlights look. Then I asked, if I was no longer afraid of, one, telling everybody God wants me to be with this guy and then God doesn't put me with him, and two, not being able to get out of this, what would I do? And God answered, live more freely. And I remembered how on my Joyce Meyer cassette tapes she said, excuses keep us in bondage. And I realized I'm simultaneously afraid of it happening and not happening. Then later, I asked, once I get over my fear of it happening and not happening at the same time, then what? And I felt God say, the sky's the limit. And then I had a flash of public shame. That's what I'm afraid of. Where I make this bold claim and it doesn't come true, and then people will shame me, shun me, look down on me, and think I'm not following God. Because that's what happens in the Bible. If a prophet claims to be a prophet of God and their prophecies don't come true, then everyone is supposed to turn on them because they're not of God. That's what I'm afraid of. That I'm not following God, I am following the devil, and if I tell everybody this prophecy and it doesn't come true, which it hasn't up till now, everyone will know that I'm a fraud. However, I am not following the devil. I am following God. God does not lie. My promise will come true, and everyone will be amazed And God will use us in a mighty way, just like He said He would. That's why I'm supposed to tell my story now, before it happens, so that God will receive all the glory when it does happen, because it will happen. It's like it's bigger than the skeptics. It's for everyone, even the believers. They all need to see it come true with their own eyes, which is a phrase that God used last year. And while I was praying, I happened to be watching an old episode of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and Jason Segel was on, and he said it perfect. Quote, "That's everyone's big fear, right? That's why we don't try things, because we're afraid we're going to look stupid." End quote. And I'm like, yep, that's the one. So, recap. I'm afraid if I tell all my friends and family about my promise from God, about my future husband, and it doesn't happen like it hasn't before, then they'll all turn on me and think I'm not following God. And I'm also afraid I will actually have to be with my future husband, which I didn't know was a fear of mine until God revealed that to me. So neither really have to do with the people who hurt me before, or even that their reactions might happen again. But ultimately just my promise not coming true and my promise actually coming true. Go figure. The reason why I'm telling you all this right now is because lately I've been telling everybody how last year God told me that me sharing my story will, quote, provide encouragement to millions of people worldwide, end quote, on August the 23rd, 2019. And I realized that my fear of sharing my story was getting in the way of seeing that vision come true. So I want to overcome my fear and share my story like God wants me to. And no longer have this fear control my life, basically. I want to be fearless. So, I'm on purpose sharing this video on my Facebook so everyone will know and they will see my promise come true with their own eyes. Just like God said. If you haven't seen my previous videos, you can go and see them on my YouTube channel. There are 4 of them, 5 including this one, and there will be more because I'm just getting started. Thanks for watching.